morning, Virgo. Welcome to my channel, Cancer Moon Oracles. My name is Rosa and I am coming in with your weekly love reading. We're just going to jump straight on into the reading. Like, share, subscribe if it resonates. We're going to ask Spirit and Tarot, how does this person currently feel towards a sign of Virgo? Oh, I am using the Mayaland Tarot. It's a collage deck. Let's find out. Oh, Nine of Swords. This person's feeling the Nine of Swords. Okay, why the Nine of Swords for this person's feelings towards Virgo? Why the Nine of Swords for their feelings? Why the Nine of Swords for this person's feelings? Ooh, okay, the Four of Pentacles to clarify. Well, this person seems a little stressed out, worried and anxious over the fact that they feel like you are being very closed off towards them. They feel like you are, you're closed off and you're very guarded, and they're kind of just viewing you as someone who's not really letting them in, or you're not really letting this person get too close. And it's kind of stressing this person out, and they feel like this isn't going to change. Okay, they feel, what am I going to do if Virgo continues to shut me out, block me out? What am I going to do if Virgo remains guarded towards me? Okay, so they're feeling worried here that that energy that they see you as isn't going to change. So it's causing some kind of like concern for them. All right, how does Virgo feel? What's Virgo's feelings towards this person? The Hierophant. Okay, the Hierophant is Taurus energy, so you may be dealing with a Taurus. Okay. It's an interesting image for the Hierophant. Check that out for an image of the Hierophant. Let me know in the comments section below what you instantly get when you look at the Hierophant here. Okay, your feelings towards this person. Why the Hierophant for Virgo's feelings? Why the Hierophant? Why the Hierophant, Spirit, for Virgo's feelings? The Tower. Interesting, Virgo. Okay. So you don't feel like this person's really serious. Yeah, you don't feel, because the Hierophant is all about like a serious relationship, a committed relationship, but you don't feel like this person is taking you seriously, or is taking the relationship, the situation, the connection seriously because of the Tower here. The Tower is kind of like it's an unstable energy. You just don't feel like this person's taking it seriously, or taking you seriously, or taking it seriously. Okay. Just trying to see what else I can get. You want someone who is solid. You want someone who is stable. You want someone that you can see yourself maybe marrying, and settling down to have some kind of like domestic life with someday. But you don't feel like this is someone that you can have this with. Okay, the Tower makes me feel like, Virgo, you're starting to see your situation for what it really is. Which is not, it's not solid, it's not stable. The foundation of your connection is indeed you know, built on faulty foundations. Yeah. Okay. What does this person want with you? What do they want with Virgo? What does this person want with Virgo? They want the Eight of Wands. Okay. They want the Eight of Wands. Why the Eight of Wands for what this person wants? Why the Eight of Wands? Okay. The Fool in reverse to clarify. Look, they desperately want to talk to you. They desperately want to talk to you here, but with the Fool in reverse, it makes me feel like they are reluctant to take the plunge. They're reluctant to, they're afraid to, they're scared to. I'm not sure why that is. They want to, but they're afraid to. It almost makes me feel like with a Fool that they're a chicken. There's deep down inside, this person presents as like a chicken. And I don't mean to be disrespectful, but yeah, there's like a cowardly energy here. Okay. What does Virgo want? What does Virgo want from this situation or person? The Devil. Well, as a standalone card, the Devil is discipline. So you just want to stick to your guns, I'm feeling like. Your the Devil makes me feel like you're not changing your mind. You're not changing your views. Okay, what does Virgo want? Death in reverse. Give me a moment, Virgo. In a weird kind of way, I'm looking at this Devil as you being very strict with yourself. Right? But then I see the Death card in reverse, and it almost makes me feel like you don't really want this relationship with this person, or you don't really want this connection with this person to be over. You want perhaps indeed for this person to chase you. You want this person to be obsessed with you. With the Devil and the Death card in reverse, you want this person to show you that they are indeed obsessed with you, and that they are chasing you, but in no way, shape or form are you chasing this person. You just want to see if this person, you just want to see how bad this person wants you. It almost makes me feel like that's what you're doing here. Yeah. But at the same time, I don't feel like you really want to be with this person. Does that make sense, Virgo? I don't feel like you really truly want to be in a serious relationship with this person. I just feel like for your own guilty pleasures, if I can put it like that, you want this person to be obsessed with you. But deep down inside, you know you don't take this person seriously anymore. That's what it feels like. because even with the Tower, it's carrying through. Your feelings for this person have shifted. It's shifted for sure. Let's take a look at this person's actions towards you. What is this person's actions? What will their actions be towards Virgo if they take any action? What have we got here? I believe this is the Three of Pentacles. I'm still acquainting myself with the cards. The Three of Pentacles. Okay. For their actions. Why the Three of Pentacles for this person's actions? Why the Three of Pentacles? Let me just move the cards up. Why the Three of Pentacles for this person's actions? Judgment in reverse. For their actions. I'm looking at the Three of Pentacles and the Judgment in reverse, and it kind of makes me feel like with the Judgment in reverse that this person isn't acknowledging something, or they don't want to acknowledge something here. It's like they don't want to bring something up. They don't want to discuss something with you here. They don't want to bring it out into the open. It's like they don't want to confront maybe the elephant in the room. So their actions towards you with the Three of Pentacles is they want to connect with you. They want to talk to you. They want to meet with you. Or they will attempt to do this, but without confronting the elephant in the room. So let's take a look at how you're going to respond to that. The Magician. Okay, you're coming in with the Magician. Okay, why the Magician for Virgo's response to this? Why the Magician for Virgo's response to this? Well, everything, you're thinking about your future, okay, with the Two of Wands. This is all about your future moving forward, and you are responsible for that. You're indeed, with the Magician, responsible for what happens moving forward. So if you're going to let this person, come toward you without acknowledging their actions or their behavior, without talking about, where you stand in their life, if they're not willing to discuss, the future or what you mean to them, if they just want to, connect back with you without really discussing the connection and what that means, then you're truly understanding here that you're going to be the fool. And with the Magician here, you're not going to allow that. You're not going to allow for that to happen, because you're steering the ship. You're steering the chariot here, okay, in tarot. You're in charge of your life here. And you're just not going to allow that to happen. Yeah, because here, you have your whole life in front of you, and you're not going to make the wrong move here. Okay, you're going to follow your heart, and you're going to do what is right according to you. Okay. All right, what is the outcome? What is the possible outcome regarding this situation for Virgo? What's the possible outcome? The Queen of Wands. Well, the Queen of Wands is you're not going to let this person walk all over you. You're just not going to let this person use you. I see the Queen of Wands as, well, I'm not going to let this person walk all over me, take advantage of me, use me. You know, the Queen of Wands, she sticks up for herself. Yeah, look at that. You're not, Nine of Cups is in reverse. So to me, these cards represent that you can see that this person indeed does not tick all the boxes for you. Look, you're saying, Rosa, look, ultimately at the end of the day, I ideally would like for this person to tick all the boxes, but in truth, reality says this person doesn't. So therefore, like, I'm better off just being by myself. Queen of Wands. I'm better off just being by myself. I deserve so much more. I deserve so much better. And I'm okay with that. The Queen of Wands, she's my VIP queen. And she's capable and confident and okay with being independent, being on her own until, you know, her king comes along. The one that treats her right, you know. Let's take some advice or last parting messages for Virgo. What's the advice or last parting messages? The World. I love that. The World. The World. Okay, why the World? Why the World for advice or last parting messages? 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands. Yeah, I feel like you're just closing a chapter here, a karmic cycle. I feel like the message here is you're quite content to wrap this up, Virgo. You know, you don't want to be someone who is pushing or forcing for a relationship to happen. You don't want this to be a one-sided relationship. You know, you don't want that for yourself. Yeah, and with the World card here, I'm kind of getting like it's time for closure. It's time to accept closure. You've got your whole life in front of you with the World card. You were holding the world in the Two of Wands. So yeah, what else am I getting here? I feel like this message too with the World, you may indeed meet someone online, or you may meet someone whilst traveling, because I'm seeing a map here of the world, okay? And I'm hearing that otherworldly. I'm hearing the word otherworldly. So it is time for you indeed to let this situation and person go, because there is someone else coming in. Could be a Sagittarius, okay? I'm just going to pop that out there. There could be someone else coming in that is otherworldly, that is very experienced, who has been well traveled also, okay? And I feel like this person is kind of like more your cup of tea, is what I want to say. With the World, it's also about going the distance. And if you can't see yourself going the distance with this person, then that should be the clue to deciding what to do here, if you haven't already made that decision to indeed maybe let this go. Okay? Because going the distance involves two people, you know, pulling their weight and, you know, getting involved and showing that they're willing to go above and beyond. But this 10 of Wands makes me feel like you may have been the one that's been bending and flexing in the relationship, but you're just not going to do that anymore. You're not going to be the one that's going to be carrying the relationship and trying to push and force and make it work. Okay, you do want your happy ending with the World card. You do want your happy ending. It's just going to be with someone who's willing to do it with you. Okay, so that's the reading, Virgo. Love you. Let me know if you got a different message from these cards. I am open to different interpretations. There's no right or wrongs. Thank you for your time and energy, Virgo. I will see you on the next video. Bye, guys.